Have you ever walked into a coffee shop, ordered your favorite drink, and when the barista said, "That'll be $5, but hey, it's on the house today," you just stood there frozen? You're thinking, wait, on the house? But we are inside a building, not on the roof. If you've ever felt completely lost when Americans use everyday expressions, you are definitely not alone. Welcome to Talk Lucy, the podcast where we break down real, natural English so you can speak with confidence and feel right at home. I'm your host, Lucy, and today we are diving deep into the magical, sometimes confusing world of common English phrases. We aren't talking about the stiff, formal sentences you find in old grammar textbooks. No one in real life actually walks around saying, "Greetings, how do you do?" Instead, we are looking at the exact words, idioms, and expressions Americans use every single day at work, at the grocery store, and when hanging out with friends. By the end of this episode, you'll not only understand these phrases, but you'll also know exactly how to drop them into your next conversation like a native speaker. So, grab a warm cup of coffee or tea, get comfortable, and let's get started. Act 1. Phrases for daily connection. Let's start with the basics of human connection. When you see a friend or a coworker you haven't talked to in a few days, what do you say? You probably learned, "How are you?" which is perfectly fine. It's polite, it's classic. But if you want to sound incredibly natural, you have a few other options. 1. What's up and how's it going? You hear these everywhere in the US. Now, a common mistake a lot of English learners make with "what's up?" is trying to explain their whole life story or answering it literally. If someone passes you in the hallway and says, "Hey, what's up?" they aren't actually asking for a medical report. They are just saying hello. How to respond? You can simply say, "Not much, just working," or even just reply with a casual, "Hey, how's it going?" "How's it going?" is another fantastic alternative. It runs together like one big word. How's it going? Try saying that out loud. How's it going? 2. Catch up. Imagine you run into an old friend at a supermarket. You haven't seen each other in months. You don't have time to talk right then because your ice cream is melting, so you say, "Hey, we really need to catch up soon." To catch up means to update each other on your lives. It means sharing the news about your new job, your new puppy, or your latest vacation. Example, let's grab coffee this Friday and catch up. 3. No worries. This next one is a lifesaver. Someone bumps into you at the train station and says, "Oh, I'm so sorry." Instead of a formal, "You are forgiven," or a simple, "It's okay," just smile and say, "No worries." It's the ultimate American way to say, "Don't stress about it," or "You're welcome." It keeps the vibe light, friendly, and very relaxed. Act 2. Phrases for work and staying productive. All right, let's transition from casual social settings to the workplace or school. American workplace culture has its own unique set of phrases, and honestly, they can sound a bit strange if you take them literally. Formal phrase: everyday American alternative to start a project, to get the ball rolling, to understand something completely, to be on the same page, to finish work for the day, to call it a day. 1. Get the ball rolling. Imagine you are sitting in a meeting. The room is quiet, everyone is looking at their laptops, and the boss says, "All right, team, let's get the ball rolling on this new marketing campaign." This doesn't mean anyone brought a soccer ball to the office. It simply means to start an activity or a project. It's about creating momentum. How to use it. If you are working on a group project at university, you could tell your classmates, "Hey, let's get the ball rolling by choosing our topic tonight." 2. On the same page. This is one of my absolute favorite corporate phrases because it creates such a great mental image. Imagine everyone in a meeting reading from the exact same page of a book. It means everyone agrees or understands the plan perfectly. Before you finish a conversation with a coworker, you might want to double-check that you both agree. You can ask, "Just to make sure we're on the same page, I will send the email, and you will design the slides, correct?" It prevents misunderstandings and makes you sound incredibly professional. 3. Call it a day. It's 5 p.m. You've been staring at a computer screen for 8 hours. Your eyes are tired, your brain is full, and you are ready to go home and watch your favorite show. You turn to your colleague and say, "Let's call it a day." This phrase means to stop working on something for the rest of the day. You aren't quitting your job, you are just pausing until tomorrow. You can also use this for hobbies or studying. If you've been practicing English grammar for 2 hours and you feel tired, tell yourself, I've done great today. Let's call it a day. Act 3. Feeling overwhelmed and handling it. Let's keep it real for a moment. Life isn't always smooth sailing. Sometimes we get stressed, busy, or overwhelmed. Learning a new language by itself can feel like a mountain to climb. So, how do we talk about these feelings in natural English? 1. Bite off more than you can chew. Have you ever gone to a buffet, piled your plate high with food, and then realized halfway through that your stomach is completely full? You took more food than you could possibly eat. In life, biting off more than you can chew means taking on a task that is way too big or taking on too many responsibilities at the same time. A quick story. A few years ago, I decided I was going to learn how to cook gourmet French meals, start running marathons, and learn a third language all in the same week. Within 3 days, I was exhausted and stressed. My mom looked at me and said, "Lucy, I think you bit off more than you can chew." And she was totally right. If you register for 5 difficult classes or accept 3 extra projects at work, you might find yourself saying, "I think I bit off more than I can chew." Recognizing this helps you step back and breathe. 2. Take it easy. When you realize you're stressed, what should you do? You need to take it easy. This phrase has 2 wonderful meanings. First, it means to relax or rest. If a friend tells you they are feeling burnout, you can say, "Hey, you should stay home tonight and take it easy." Second, it's used as a very warm, casual way to say goodbye. Instead of just saying goodbye, you can wave and say, "Take it easy." It wishes the other person a peaceful, stress-free day. 3. Step by step. When things look difficult, remember the phrase step by step. It means doing things sequentially, slowly, and patiently, rather than trying to do everything all at once. You aren't going to become completely fluent in English by tomorrow morning, and that is perfectly okay. Language learning is a journey. You learn one phrase today, another phrase tomorrow, and step by step, you reach your goals. Summary, encouragement, and sign off. We covered a lot of ground today. Let's do a super quick review of the phrases we learned so they really stick in your memory. For daily greetings, we have "What's up" and "How's it going?" When we want to share life updates with friends, we catch up. To dismiss a small mistake lightly, we say, "No worries." At work, we get the ball rolling to start projects, ensure we are on the same page to agree, and call it a day when we are finished. And finally, if life gets too busy, be careful not to bite off more than you can chew. Remember to take it easy and approach your goals step by step. I am so incredibly proud of you for taking the time to listen to this podcast today. Investing in your education and your language skills is a beautiful thing. Every single minute you spend listening and practicing brings you closer to the future you want. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Mistakes are just proof that you are trying. Before we go, if you enjoyed today's episode and found it helpful, please hit that like button, subscribe to the Talk Lucy channel, and share this video with a friend who is also learning English. Your support means the world to me and helps our little community grow. Drop a comment below using one of the phrases we learned today. I promise I will read them. Thanks for listening. Take care, keep practicing your English, and bye-bye. See you in the next episode of Talk Lucy.